But nah, what is good with y'all, man? It's Crunch Time TV. Hit the like with y'all joined in, man. And apparently Carmelo Anthony has made LeBron fans really, really upset, man. Every day is something new with LeBron fans, man. It should just get out of control, bro. And I see people just hating Melo and calling him out his name, calling him a sucker and, the B word and all type of just pure hate. And I'm not even exaggerating. Like, they literally going in on him. Got people saying Melo hates LeBron James. He's getting accused of basically hating LeBron and not being his real friend. And they taking it so personal, all because of something that he said about Steph Curry. These niggas is clowns, bro. So these people really saying that he's been weird towards Bron and he must hate Bron. Literally, if you go on Twitter, this is literally what they saying. You would think he said some disgusting shit. And I'm about to play the audio of what he said, but apparently he only said, because this is the quotation I seen. It says, in Steph's eyes, right? Think about what Steph probably thinks. So that's the first thing he said. And they the first thing he said is he's talking about Steph. He's not even talking about himself or what he thinks. He said this is what Steph probably thinks. And people got so mad at him, bro. He said, I don't know, but he probably sits there and says, so he reiterated that this is probably what he might be thinking. He said Steph probably sits there and says it's Mike, Kobe, and then it's me, right? So I'm about to play the full video to see really what he said. But I mean, Stephen Curry has already said this before, so I don't get why people getting mad at Melo. Steph Curry already said before that he got himself over Jordan. So what the fuck is they getting mad for?
How you gonna tell me if you take in the GOATs, right? How you gonna sit there and tell me Steph is not in that conversation?
I said that before.
You get what I'm saying? You can't sit there and tell me.
I said that and people clown me.
In Steph's eyes, right? Think about what Steph said. Probably, I don't know, but probably sits from. It's Mike, it's Cole, and then it's me. Right? Like, he's not going to put Bron over himself.
See?
But he has every legitimate argument.
Like, god damn, and people getting so mad at this, man. That's a perfectly sound NBA take. Like, what the hell? He even reiterated just for the LeBron fans. He said, this is probably what Steph thinks. Not me. I don't know. I mean, think about it. This is probably what he's sitting there thinking. And they going on Melo calling him weird and all this other shit, bro. Just pure low testosterone behavior, bro. Like, this is sad, bro. Like, this is purely, like, disgusting work. And I'm just like, LeBron fans are so insecure. Look at this woman that even tweeted, Hannah Hoops. Why Melo low-key hate LeBron? What? The other dude said, and I had to comment on it. I had to reply to this man, bro. The man Ken He Live on Twitter. He said, one day y'all will realize I'll just be telling the truth about these sucker ass niggas. LMAO, Bron sure knows how to pick a friend. Man, I had to comment. You said, wait, Steph as himself or Melo? Melo's talking about Steph Curry. Himself. He said that this is probably what Stephen Curry thinks himself. He probably wouldn't put Bron over himself. And I mean, he wasn't even trying to say
in
like
Steph's eyes, right? Think about what Steph said. Probably, I don't know. But probably sits from. It's Mike, it's Cole, and then it's me. Right? Like, he's not going to put Bron over himself.
See?
But he has every legitimate argument. How you going to tell me if you take in the GOATs, right? How you going to sit there and tell me Steph is not in that conversation?
I said that before.
You get what I'm saying? You can't sit there and tell me.
I said that and people clown me.
In Steph's eyes, right? Think about what Steph said. Probably, I don't know, but probably sits from.
You know what I'm saying? So he literally was saying this is probably what Steph thinks. And I remember a couple years ago, they asked Steph Curry, who do you think is the GOAT? He said it was him. He said Steph has already said that he has himself ranked over Jordan, bro. So all Melo is saying is that, Steph has an argument. Now, these LeBron fans literally are calling Melo all types of disrespectful names because they don't believe that Steph has an argument. That's the real issue. They are upset that Steph is so good that he has an argument to be there with LeBron and they from the same era. It diminishes all the times when they say LeBron is so much greater than everybody else. That's why they're saying that Melo hates him and trying to start this smear campaign. It's so sad that people get this upset about basketball takes. Like, they really think this man hates LeBron now. It's sad to me, bro. He even mentioned LeBron, though. It ain't like he left LeBron out. But for them two to be from the same era, obviously, we all know that Steph Curry probably think he better than LeBron. What is so wrong with Melo saying that? Steph Curry Shaq Diesel even said it himself. Shaquille O'Neal just sat there and said that he said the same thing and he got flack for it. Does Shaq hate LeBron? Shit's sad, bro. It's sad and it's whack. It's sad and it's whack. It's shameful, man. It's estrogen filled, low testosterone behavior, bro. That people get this upset. Like, honestly, we got no manhood in these streets, man. Our young brothers are turning into straight feminized. Like, I literally had to comment on that man thing on Twitter. I said, listen, hold on. This shit's sad. I said, y'all get mad and call people suckers for an opinion on a GOAT debate. You a pussy. That's what I said. I told him that. They will unalive you for literally just lifting. They will unalive you for literally just liking Steph more than LeBron. It's people on the, like, bro, when you go on Twitter, on NBA Twitter, all you see is these LeBron fan pages. Every time he does something, or it could be a regular video, they'll be like, yeah, you'll never see. I just seen somebody earlier said, you'll most likely never see another basketball player in your lifetime. This is how they talk to people. They try to literally tell you what to think. You'll probably never see a better basketball player in your lifetime. So you need to appreciate it while it's here or something like that. It's just like, bruh, this shit is insufferable, man. It's insufferable, bro. We can't even have healthy, Lord, debates. You know what I'm saying? We can't have no healthy debates. And then nowadays, when you try to put somebody and glaze somebody all the time, you be like, oh, you gotta give him time. You gotta give him time. We can't put him in them conversations. He's still playing. Or they'd be like, the problem with Bron is he got all this hate because he was in the GOAT conversation while he was still playing. Y'all the ones that put him in there. Why do we even do that? Why do we start to have these GOAT talks about LeBron so early, bro? I always was confused about that. We wasn't doing that for nobody else. I didn't hear people say Shaq was in the GOAT conversation after he three-peated. Nigga three-peated. They still ain't put him in there. See, y'all thought I was going to go to Kobe. It's so many other players that didn't get the same love when they were still playing. Like, Shaq literally three-peated and averaged 30 in all three of them finals. You said Bron was that great? He wasn't greater than Shaq in Miami. Miami LeBron is not better than Lakers Shaq. Let's be real. Miami LeBron. Somebody said you didn't hear that because you was 5, but it just went over your head what I meant. Even in the 2010-09, when Kobe was winning with Powell, even when LeBron went to Miami, I was watching the NBA around this time, and you didn't hear people talking. Like, when they talked about the greatest of all time, you didn't hear people saying Shaq was in the GOAT debate because of the three-peat. You didn't hear people just saying, okay, let's just put Shaq in. It's Jordan and then Shaq. You didn't hear that. Now, that's partly because, at first when the NBA environment was more pure, you didn't have people just debating every day about small shit like we do nowadays. That's part of the reason. Like, you would have had to ask somebody their personal top 5 at that time. You would have had to ask somebody, yeah, bro, what's your top 5? And they'll take a deep breath. And they really got to think about it. Nowadays, we literally talking about this shit every day. So that's another reason why these LeBron fans get mad about this GOAT debate shit, because they basically started, they the only ones that really care about it that much. But Yeah, man. Like if they were just gonna throw LeBron top 5 because of running to Miami and making a super team and winning them 2 rings, what about Shaq Diesel? Shaq 3-peated, man. And he was way more dominant. And then he had another ring in 06. So the whole point I'm trying to say to y'all is, why do LeBron fans act like he's the only one that did some of the stuff that he did? Like, it's like only his rings matter and everybody else's don't count. Like, come on, bro. Steph really grinded hard his whole life to earn them 4 rings. And we literally have debates about niggas' rings not counting. Like, LeBron fans ruined this shit, man. When have you ever heard somebody talk about somebody's rings not counting? What the fuck you mean it don't count? Okay, he helped him get those 2. I seen somebody say that. Listen, I seen the actual media Instagram page. I think it's called Courtside Buzz. It's something on Instagram posted this Melo clip, and then the actual page was in the comments replying to people like, "Oh no, you can't forget Steph. He had KD for those 2 rings." What you mean, bro? Like, what the fuck does that mean? What are we talking about, bro? Did LeBron not go to play with D Wade? Shout out to Get Busy, man. She said stands are gonna overhype by default. Yeah, it's okay to overhype and stuff like that. But then when you start, they called this man Melo a sucker ass nigga because he said he didn't even say that he got Steph over LeBron. He didn't even say that. That's so crazy to me, man. He said that Steph in his mind probably, he said, I don't know. This is just probably what he thinks. Like, he literally was guessing. And it makes sense. I mean, he'd probably have Mike and Kobe over him because they played before him. But then for his era, if he's talking about the GOATs, he'd probably say, okay, it's me. Why is he so... He not worried about LeBron James' legacy and shit like that, bro? That don't make sense. And did he beat... You said, since when we devalue someone's rings that stayed on one team and grinded it out and won. Right. When have we ever done that? When, like, are we gonna say Larry Bird's ring don't count the year that he didn't win Finals MVP? Or Isaiah Thomas's don't count? It's just sad to me, bro. You said he had Penny in that era too. But why are we talking about who people had though on 18? The only reason I'm asking you that question is because I don't never hear none of y'all talk about who LeBron had. I only hear y'all hate on his teammates. And later on, we're gonna talk about the current Lakers and how people hating on Austin Reeves right now. Somebody said, why would Curry be thinking that? Okay, I don't want to low-key talk to you, Prophet. I don't want to talk to you, bro. Because I can already tell you about to be disingenuous. You going to just play the amnesia game and you going to play like you don't know. You just going to ask me why would Steph think that? Why wouldn't he, bro? He got a dynasty. LeBron don't. He got a dynasty. LeBron don't. And he was busting LeBron ass a lot. And when he was in the West, he had to beat more competition just to get to the finals than LeBron did. Mind you, I don't think that... I'm not even saying right now that Steph is over LeBron. I'm telling you, this is the reason why Steph might think that.
Yo.
It was good. I ain't had you on here in a minute, gang.
Yeah. Nah, I just was going to say LeBron fans overreacting.
Bro, like, Melo didn't even say he got Steph over LeBron, bro. He said...
He did ask just saying Steph got a right to feel like he belong in the GOAT conversation.
Right, man.
Niggas on Twitter losing their mind.
Yo, I had to come on here because I'm like, I kept seeing more tweets about it. Like, they really going in. They really think he hate Bron and they not cool and it's all this other shit. I'm just like, damn, yo.
Yeah, it's getting weird, but I feel like LeBron fans always overreact like about that type of stuff.
You been saying the dude Derek Queen, though, right?
Oh yeah, you already know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I support anything that come from Baltimore, long as it
I
ain't no
think
bullshit.
facts. I think he the best player from the city since Melo, bro. Well, he gonna be.
Yeah, it's definitely looking up for him.
But yeah, that shit just crazy though, bro. But you agree though, right? Or you think since and I'm gonna ask Flight, he up here too, like, cause I
What's
think he
up,
said
brothers?
that because
What's up, Al?
Steph
Not
can't.
much.
Oh, somebody house on fire or something?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I walk outside, smell smoke. But nah, cause Mike and Kobe played before Steph. So it's like anybody from his era, Steph is not gonna want to put nobody over him because everything he did, he changed the game.
He
Yeah,
did. He's the revolution. Revolutionized the game, man.
I mean, yeah, bro, but I know how LeBron fans gonna do.
I
Melo,
I get what Melo's saying, man. Like at the end of the day, if I go home and I know I beat a player or another dude that they saying is the best every day on the media, but I'm going home and I won those moments. I changed the game. I'm the greatest shooter of all time. Like
I got
I'm going.
4 rings.
I got 4 rings, only 2 losses. I would go home and say, shit, what? I'm
Like for no, like dead ass though.
just being real. Me,
Now
I
look,
would.
I think Brian got this. Brian got the right to feel the same way though. See what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
yeah,
Brian
agree.
probably right. Brian probably go home like, no, I think I am. He got
He
his
got the right.
arguments too, but it's just I don't like how they get so insecure as soon as you put somebody else next to Brian or put him in the convo. At
No.
least just
Yeah.
break just break down why he better than Steph.
Yeah. They act like it's
I
an
think
issue.
that
Like you can't compare.
I think the issue with the sexuals trying to do that is that they don't really have enough. I feel like information. I feel like most of the sexuals were guys that were born like well after 2003, and then to the guys that were probably born in the 90s, such as myself, we have seen other guys come into the league and challenge this man. Now, I think he's slightly overrated, but I do feel like it is other players that is better than LeBron just by a winning standpoint. Because some people like to feel like the NBA is just a 82 game thing. And if that's the case, then why the fuck is it a postseason? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, the way how most people go off of it, they go off of everything like accolades and all that. It's gonna be hard for them to really. It's gonna be hard to actually put Steph over Bron on most lists because Steph probably did a lot or close to what Bron did in the 2010s. But then you got before that, like everything Bron did before that, though, and the longevity and just the whole story, like everything he did. But some people just keep it simple though. They just go to the, you're gonna get it done.
And see that's because like I feel like that's like in cases like the Jay Runner guy that's like nobody on Bron level. Prime example. If nobody's on Bron level, then why LeBron is 184 and 108 in the playoffs and winning losses? But it's 3 guys that have less than 100 losses. Curry got 104 51, Mike got 119 60, and Kobe got 119 85. So
Oh man,
you feel what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me it's guys in here that have lost less than LeBron have, and LeBron is losing more than these guys that they swear that he clears and better than. So you mean to tell me when winning matters in the playoffs and shit like that, these guys are they are clutch. These guys affect winning more, way more than LeBron do. So when I hear certain takes and shit, I'll be looking at it from a different standpoint. If LeBron is this, then why the hell do he got over 100 losses in games or in playoff situations when those situations matter more compared to the other guys they swear he clearing?
the dude. I
What?
mean, no, I think. But see,
Tavo, bro.
this why I say you
Tavo.
learn.
You waking up, bro. You waking up, bro. You waking up, bro.
This why.
I'm proud of you,
This
bro.
why.
You waking up, bro.
Yeah, yo. This why I say you
Appreciate
learn
that, bro.
something new.
Appreciate that.
What's good, members?
That's why I say you
Who's
learn
that?
something new every day. Because for one, I
Distinguished
didn't even know
gentlemen.
that. Hold on. Because for one, I didn't even know that. So you learn something new every day. But my thing is, Savo, like the question you asked, oh, if he's this, then why his record look like this compared to them? My thing is like keep him in the conversation. Like I grew up. Listen, I ain't gonna act like I ain't grew up on Bron too. I'm not even trying to put the man out the conversation. I'm
No, me
saying,
neither.
I'm
Respectfully, that's
saying,
why I say I just think he
right.
overrated. You feel me?
No,
But
look,
yeah,
look,
he
look.
deserves to be in there.
I'm saying, if you look at his record like you just did, and then Steph shit is damn near on the level with Jordan's.
Oh
Why can't he?
God, Curry
Why
only
can't?
got 51 losses in the playoffs. Come on, P.
I'm saying, why can't they both just be in the conversation? You
Why do
don't
we have
put
to act
somebody
like
out.
we? Yeah, why do we have to act like we can't compare anybody to this guy? That's what
Like,
I'm trying to
bro,
because
figure out.
that's what
because
I'm
that's
saying.
the
Like,
because that's the fear. I feel like that's what I was getting at.
What
It's
the
the
fuck am I
fear
saying?
because when you actually break it down, you have to look at like niggas be talking about, oh, who's better in the clutch, yada yada. Like you at some point, niggas just can't be running with
That's
other
true.
narratives they got from other lives. You have
It's
to
a
break
script,
down.
bro.
You
That's
have to break
facts.
down on all these niggas, everything from regular season games to playoffs and everything. When you do
Nah.
that, a lot of these Bron sexuals probably already done their homework, so they know. So they have to bring up other shit like the 40K points and all this
Facts.
other shit. You feel me?
well,
Because
that's
they
my
know when they
thing.
come down to
They
really the
don't.
meat
They
and
don't.
potatoes, when y'all dissect game, LeBron really not that guy. He is, but he's just overrated. You feel what I'm saying? This nigga losing twice as much as the niggas that they swear
Just
he
hey
clearing.
Tavo, and guess
You
what? Just how you can ask how he got 100 losses. Somebody, hey, we gotta ask too. It's not
they.
crazy. Why does Steph got one Finals MVP? If we
They.
just ask questions like
Well, the
Tavo,
thing,
we gonna
well,
ask you.
They.
earlier,
They.
I
Like
wanted
wrong
to,
with
They.
it's
well,
not
flight.
wrong with asking
The thing,
questions, Tavo.
well, the
It's
thing
not
I was
wrong with
saying,
that.
hey, hold on, hey, Taz, I'm gonna let you go. The thing, the thing I was saying to Flight earlier about that, because I think Steph got the 4 rings, but the reason why I think he still got an argument, because without the Finals MVPs, his numbers still didn't fall off though for his rings though. So he
Right,
still,
right, right. We
it
just
ain't
asking
like,
questions though.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, cause he asked why if Braun got this, then he got 100 losses. Well, if Steph got 4 rings, why he got one MVP? It's just
But
the
that's what
questions.
happened
I
when
like how
you.
we ask a lot of
But I'm
questions. I
saying,
just like it, bro.
but it's sad though, because how you end up with more losses after leaving teams when the niggas that stayed on their teams, they record look cleaner. So it almost looked like you basically left for no reason for real and didn't play the best basketball you could have been playing if you'd have stayed on your own team.
Right,
I
right,
think if
right.
Braun stayed in Cleveland, we'd have seen 2018 Braun every year in the 2010s, bro.
But I think if Steph didn't get KD, it's kind of sad too. Like he could have had more finals. He couldn't have
I
gave away
agree.
them finals MVPs.
I agree.
If
He
he would have
didn't,
just
bro.
stayed it
I
without
agree.
KD. So
I
that's
agree,
Yeah,
my
but
thing
bro.
Chris,
too.
this
It's
is the
kind of
problem that
sad
I have
too.
with that
How you
Hey,
argument,
had to
Chris,
Chris.
see
but
that.
Chris, I agree though. It'll
The,
force him to really.
What up,
You'd
still
have had to
Steph?
have a monster.
this,
He'd have had to have a monster final performance now if he ain't bring
Yo,
KD over there.
Right,
this is
right.
hold on,
But
hold on,
But
Stat.
it's
This,
just questions on both sides we
Chris
can
and
ask.
Chris, this is the problem that I have. If like you're telling me that individually we can't talk about players being on this guy level, and then when we do bring it up, oh, it's a team game. You guys are bringing up MVPs. Okay, let's talk about team. Does LeBron have a team that is above any of the greatest teams that we've been seeing?
no,
Oh,
no,
he
no,
does,
no,
bro. He
no.
He
got
got
hella
a
Don't.
teams
team
like
that
He
that.
is
don't.
I
comparable, my guy. No
He
No,
lie.
don't.
no team is
I ain't
comparable
wanna
to the Warriors team, bro.
Yeah, no team
I
is
ain't wanna
comparable.
move it yet, but my hold on, my thing is though, when we having this conversation and you throw out like, okay, if he KD took his finals MVPs, like it just goes against the whole conversation of how when we look at a player losing in the finals, it goes against like the whole aspect of basketball being a team sport. But like when you make the conversation, oh, he took his finals MVPs. How you take my finals MVPs and we on the same team? The
Yeah, that
goal is
shit
to
don't make
win.
sense. Shit don't make
The goal
sense.
is to win. It don't matter who get the
Yeah,
finals MVP.
yeah.
If I could see, you know what I'm saying, if Steph was out there averaging 10 points, 2 rebounds, 3
Yeah, Steph
assists,
was still hooping.
shooting trash from the field, not impacting the game, not doing nothing. Then KD just out there going ballistic, averaging
Yeah,
35, and
carry.
Steph ain't doing
Hey,
nothing.
hey,
Like that,
Mm.
that's completely different.
hey,
But
Chris, can I
it's
elaborate on this though?
if he's still impacting the game at a high level, doing what he do, you can't take that because at the end of the day, that's an opinionated award, bro. That's
That's
people getting up
facts.
there
Yeah, that's a
voting on
media
that
driven
shit.
award,
So
bro.
the same way people can vote, it was motherfuckers that can say, okay, cool, man, they saw what KD did. He found his MVP worthy. That's a fact. But does that mean that if you go back and watch them games in the finals, Steph wasn't finals MVP worthy? If you went back and watched them games, you
20,
a goddamn live, you saying he wasn't.
Chaz,
So
in
it's just
20,
like the whole conversation
Nah,
about
that's
MVPs
facts.
and
That's
awards
facts.
on with players on the same team. That's just a nasty conversation, bro.
Chaz,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
just
Kurt,
think when it comes to the being in a category with LeBron and Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
who have all the Finals MVPs on their championship teams.
Cook up, Chris.
That's
Cook up.
why I'm just saying when it comes to Steph, I'm not saying he
Look,
can't be
hey,
just right up there with the
hey,
guy.
Crunch,
He
can I
can
say something
definitely be
next?
right up there
Yeah,
with
go ahead.
KD. Yeah,
No,
still taking you next. Hold on, real quick. You can
yeah, I
be
want to
right
respond to
there.
what
I'm
Chris
just
saying
saying when
too,
it
though.
comes to MJ and Bron, I think that's why
I
people
want to
might
respond to what
separate
Chris
them.
saying.
Hold
People
on,
might
Chad.
separate.
No,
I'm not
because
saying this
stacking. I
why
don't
they
know if you're
do.
gonna move the
But
conversation to the
I'm not.
topic
yeah,
that
I'm
we
I'm
saying
have
finna
this
right
talk to
why
now.
what
people
Chris talking
might
about.
separate them because Curry just he was right there, of course, but I think when it come to Bron and Mike, it was never it was
That's
never a
why I want
conversation.
to respond to
So
that. That's
that
all.
Wait, hold on, yo, Stack, hold on. We
I'm
gotta
just
let Stack.
saying that's why they
Hold on, we gotta
might
let Stack
not
go
want
for
to
real,
put
man.
Steph
That's a fact.
and
Nah,
Bron and Jordan combo. That just might not want to do it. I'm not saying this why I don't do it, but that's why that may be a reason.
and I agree with what Chris talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I think Curry's the top 3 player of all time behind LeBron and Mike. You know what I'm
Where is
saying?
my shit at?
You know what I'm saying? I think he's a
I'm
top
cool
3.
with that. Facts. I agree with
think
that.
I think he's a top 3 player of all time.
Oh
Like that,
shit.
but I don't think Finals MVPs like
I hate these niggas, bro.
I don't think Finals MVPs like factor in on greatness because like 2018, Curry would have won Finals MVP if he had one bad game. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hey Chris, and I'm gonna go to
so I
Chaz
don't think
next.
The
Finals
fact.
Anybody?
MVP.
Hold on. Hey, Chris, you said how compare Steph to Jordan and Bron, they got the Finals MVPs on all A. So it wasn't never no time where he had to give up the Finals MVP, right?
Cool.
It wasn't no Steph, but
What you mean by that?
I'm saying what you just said, right?
Yeah, you say it wasn't never a time he had to give up the fun. What you mean by
Like
that?
like Steph, or he lost to the KD, or whatever you just said. Like compared to Jordan and Mike, they got all the Finals
Oh
MVP.
yeah, exactly.
Mike
Yeah.
and
But
LeBron never played with
But hold
a
on.
player
It
like
wasn't.
KD.
It wasn't no
Right,
never.
exactly.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
There you go, right there. So that just
LeBron.
might be a reason they never
Wait, hold
had the
on, Chris.
talent.
Hold on,
Yeah,
Chris.
go ahead, bro.
Now LeBron played with 3 players like KD, but
It's
I was
cap,
hold
bro.
on.
Yeah,
Hold
that's
on.
It's
cap.
cap.
That's
Hold on, bro.
not
What I was.
cap. He's
Hold on.
telling the truth about that.
Hold
He
on, bro.
definitely
Hold
played
on.
But
with
yeah,
Hold on.
we
What I
ain't
was
gonna
going.
move it. Go ahead,
Hold on. What
bro.
I was going to say was Jordan never averaged under 20 in the finals, though.
That is true.
Matter of
That
fact,
is
Steph
true.
never averaged under 20 in the finals.
Dude,
But
fuck
Hey,
the finals if we
Jordan
just
and
throwing
Bron
it
never
out there.
blew
The
a
lowest
3-1,
score
and
point
Jordan and
game
Bron
that.
never blew a 3-1 lead in the final. So
Ooh,
it's
cook up,
questions
Nah,
Chris.
that's a good
all
point.
around, bro, that we can just
Hey, that's a
go
good
Hold on.
point.
and
Steph never got.
stack it up, bro.
and
But
no,
we ain't gonna stay on it. It's
hey
just a
Chris,
lot of questions that I'm
hey
glad
Chris,
people
nobody
ask,
got
bro.
Steph
swept in
never
the
got.
in the
Yeah.
Cause I
finals.
know
Yeah.
that
Steph
other
never got
people
swept in
might
the
have the
Nobody
finals.
never
same
got
amount of
swept in the finals
questions,
2
bro.
Hey,
times.
Steph never
That's
averaged
what
under
we
Hold
20
on.
got.
points
Hold
with
on.
a team in the
A
But
finals.
lot
that,
of people
but
might have
y'all going
questions,
so
bro.
Kobe,
fast.
It's empty.
Kobe, Jordan, and Steph never got swept in the finals.
Kobe's not top 5.
All right. Okay.
Whoa, where
That's
did
a
drop
different
him?
convo.
Hold
Who
on.
said that, bro? Drop him. I ain't gonna
Hold
lie.
on.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
All
Hold
right,
on.
y'all.
Hold
But
on.
y'all,
Hold on. Hold
y'all
on.
It
boys
Hold
is.
on.
got
It's
Hold
just a
on.
lot of
Hold
questions
on.
that
Hold
can be
on.
asked. My bad.
It's from a
Curry
cat
never
from a
averaged 33, 12, and 10 in the finals.
from did LeBron
LeBron
win
never.
doing that?
That's a
Yeah.
very random
And
stat
see, that's
line.
what I'm
LeBron
saying.
never.
Like when niggas be like doing like the LeBron shit, well, his stats, he's supposed to nigga 6'9", 260. My whole thing is, how are you losing twice as much with
I
all
bet
of
I
that,
can
with
tell you
all of his
why.
greatness?
Hold on. Tag me in. Let me do it. I'm a LeBron Glazer here.
Stocking,
Hold
you
on.
had a
Let's
whole
Nah,
moment of a
stacking, bro.
conversation for yourself.
You were
Just
having
hold
a whole
let
on.
conversation.
let somebody else speak.
Yeah.
Stacking.
Yeah. Hold on.
God
Hold on. Hold
damn.
on.
Chill out.
I if anybody else trying to talk before I go, I was waiting. But if anybody else feel like they got to say something, y'all can go ahead and I'll wait. Some more. Yeah, y'all
No,
trying to
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Chad. Go ahead.
But I no, like when y'all having this first thing with the KD stuff, right? I'm like, bro, no GM is not finna see KD wanting to go there. Then them then you looking at what just happened in the finals when they was up 3-1. And what GM is finna say, oh, Kevin Durant wants to come to our team and it's not gonna take away from like how our team runs. Like, oh no, we're not gonna get KD. Nah. Like, no,
And
like
Chaz, we know that
no.
the Cavs are also trying to get him.
No,
Just to
exactly.
further
No,
your point.
exactly. The
Just to
Cap,
further
Cavs,
bet.
your
Stop
point.
lying.
the Cavs.
That's
If you
not.
go and look
Hey,
it up, the Cavs
stacking.
were also in pursuit
Hey,
of Kevin
stacking.
Durant
You
as
know we're
well.
good, bro. Talk to
Hey,
me with
let Chaz
respect, bro.
finish though, bro.
But
Let bro finish
and
though.
then it's
Nah,
cool.
bro. I'm
No,
saying
it's cool.
talk to me
I'm
with
not
respect,
tripping on
bro.
him
My
interjecting. It's
bad game.
cool.
My bad game.
But no, I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. But I'm just saying that y'all was going back and forth about, well, he averaged this, he ain't averaged this. It's like you can go tit for tat the whole time. Like it's cool. And it's like when you say like a guy like Steph, he never blew a 3-1 lead in the finals. That's a fact, right? That's an absolute fact. Regardless of what happened, how it went down, that's absolutely right. That's a fact. They blew the 3-1 lead. But it's like my question is, and this food for thought. I'm not saying I want a direct answer back to it immediately. I just want you to think about it first. Why is, because I know the answer to it, but we always look at other players going up 3-1, right, on teams that's more talented or just as good or better than them at times throughout the course of a series. How come LeBron, he's the functioning point of his team, and why is he never the one that's always going up 3-1? Why is everyone else that's a lesser
Oh
player
my
than him?
gosh,
Hold
bro.
on. Why is everyone that's a lesser player than LeBron always in advantageous situations when they're running their team through those players? But when you run the team through LeBron, why is he never always in advantageous situations?
Can't
He's
break it down.
always in LeBron, no matter
Bro,
what
we know
happens.
you have the honey, bro. Control yourself, bro.
Yeah, just calm down, bro. Just calm
Niggas
down.
lying on Brian name. Stop lying on Ronaldo
I'm
fucking
lying.
name.
LeBron, whenever LeBron
I'm
plays
sorry,
against,
I gotta kick him. Bro.
okay,
He's
I'm gonna
doing too much.
clarify. How come whenever LeBron plays against elite, high level talent, right, he's always the one at a disadvantage? But these other players that are supposed to be significantly lesser than LeBron, with them running the team through those players as well, how come when they play against high level elite talent, how come they're the ones that's
Can I answer the
always
question or not?
how come they're the ones that are always
Bro,
in advantageous positions, even though they're supposedly significantly lesser players than LeBron? That's one thing, right? I want y'all to sit on that. That's one.
Oh, okay. So we can't answer that.
Two.
Two questions around this
That's
bitch.
one thing. Hold on. It's a two-parter.
Okay.
It's a two-parter. Just chill. It's a two-parter. Okay. So second part. All right.
I'm not gonna lie. I would do the same thing if I was on the other side arguing.
I'm already knowing. I'm not tripping about them. That don't faze me, bro. I'm not tripping about that. I'm saying that, okay, cool. So I want y'all to hold on to that and actually think about it before you just blurt something out.
I got you.
Feel what I'm saying. Breathe in. Think about it. Meditate on it. Like, and really think. I know the answer to it. I know the answer.
All right, so the reason my glory is clean.
I'm saying that, okay. Then the second part is, okay, y'all talked about finals MVP, this, that, Mike and LeBron having the finals MVP. That's why they in the conversation. I agree. I think it's easy for the casual fan and the casual script of a basketball conversation when we know that 90% of people don't actually watch the game of basketball and go back and reevaluate these things. We're taught to value awards, accolades. We're taught to evaluate these things as the end all be all. That's it. That's all. This is how you determine a player's level of value of impact, right? When in reality, that's not how basketball work at all. So you say that, okay, they have this, and that. But when we evaluating the game, you can go to multiple series from LeBron playing when there was another player playing on a finals MVP level next to LeBron while he was on the team, but LeBron ultimately won the finals MVP. 2020, we talk about the voting. LeBron got every single vote for finals MVP, but everybody up here, I'm pretty sure we all agree that Anthony Davis was just as good as, if not better than LeBron throughout the course of that finals in 2020. But Anthony Davis didn't get hold on. But Anthony Davis didn't get one finals MVP vote in 2020. Not one. 2016, it being Kyrie Irving's first NBA Finals, first complete NBA playoff run, playing fully healthy, his second year in the playoffs, him playing at the level he did in the finals, being down 3-1 next to LeBron, playing at the height of a level he did throughout the course of the second half of that series when they were down 3-1. You telling me he don't get one finals MVP vote? One? Then so it's like, okay, then it's like you go look at 2012. Even if you look at 2012, go watch throughout the course of that series. D Wade is clearly playing on the level of, if not better than LeBron at times. You can literally visibly see it. He's closing out games down the stretch. He's capitalizing big defensive plays. He had big stops on KD down the stretch, and I think it was game 4. Like, he did multiple things throughout the course of that series that was finals MVP worthy. And even in 2013, people look at it as, well, 2013 LeBron. But if you go and look at throughout the course of that series, he was having the worst series of the playoffs up to that point in the finals, leading up to, I think it was game 6. Go back and look at the inconsistent level of his play throughout the course of that series up to game 6, even in game 7. In the first half of those games, it was D Wade the one that was going off more times than not, if I'm not mistaken. If you go back and evaluate and watch the series, D Wade was also making just as bigger plays as LeBron was in 2013. So all these years that we talking about that he won and he won all the finals MVPs, and that's just 4 of the 10 years he played in the finals. We're not even going to talk about the other years where he's playing with finals MVP level players and he's losing, like in 2011, like in 2017, and he's losing. Those are 2 years where he's losing and he's playing next to another finals MVP caliber player and Kyrie Irving in 2017, and then in 2011 with Dwayne Wade. So on top of that, you got 2013, 2012, 2020, and then 2016.
What the fucking question is, gang? What the fuck,
we're 3 of those 4 years. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Like, gang, cause you just lied on my glorious king, gang. I don't respect that
All right,
shit.
see,
gang.
I can't.
Hold on, bro. Let me cook
Okay,
up,
so
gang.
I just want to ask if we're talking, if you're gonna respond to my question, do you want me to respond back to you as well? Or do you just want me to be quiet and sit down?
Hey, all right. So, Chaz, can you repeat your first question about my glorious king?
I got you. Oh, okay. Hold on.
Like, dang, I grew fucking gray hair, gang. How long that fucking question is, gang? Come on, bro. Stop
All right,
lying
so
on
while
LeBron
while
James.
Chad take your time, go ahead, bro. You go ahead and say what you
No,
got to say.
I'm trying to hear the question because this nigga talking about, why LeBron, when he get in the finals, he underperforming.
Yeah,
shit
before he get back
compared-
with you with the question though, drop some knowledge you was about to
All right,
say
so
about
boom.
this,
So
man.
LeBron went to 10 finals. You know LeBron was only the favorite, I think, 2 times out of 10 fucking finals. 07.
You think or you know?
I know. Hold on.
said, how come
07.
LeBron
07, the Spurs was a favorite.
hold on a second. He said, how come every time LeBron is playing against elite players, why is he never in why he never got the advantage?
Yeah, I said, why is LeBron never the one that's in an advantageous situation going into the series? Well, how come every time with the hindsight on every situation he's in, even though he's supposed to be a so much better player than all these other players except for Michael Jordan, he's supposed to clear all these other players in every other aspect of the game as a player in terms of his impact on the game. They run the team through LeBron James, and every single series he gets into versus these elite, high talented caliber teams, he's always at a disadvantage. Whereas these other players, when they're playing through their players, they're playing through a Steph Curry, they're playing through a Kevin Durant, they're playing through a Kobe Bryant, they're playing through a Shaquille O'Neal, they're playing through a Hakeem Olajuwon, they're playing through a Larry Bird, they're playing through a Kareem, they're playing through a Magic, they're playing through these players. For some reason, the hindsight on them in history is they've always had the advantageous situation, even though they're supposedly lesser players than him. So why is LeBron always the one that's always at a disadvantage whenever he plays the elite caliber
I can't answer
talent?
that question,
that elite caliber talent, but the other players that are lesser players, when they're playing elite caliber talent, they're the ones who always have the advantage.
All right, so Mr. I got you, gang, because he's facing a better fucking team. What the hell? That's all I can say. He's facing a better team.
And can I respond to that? Still stacking?
Yeah,
you can respond.
I feel like
too, 'cause
I think
Michael
that was
Jordan
kind of the
wasn't
point I was trying to get to. That how come? So all these other players, when they're running the team through these other players, they're their better team. But then they're running through. Wait, hold on. You answered. I'm responding. You did. When you're running the team through LeBron, his team was always at a disadvantage. But when you're running the team through Steph Curry, you see how Still Stacking just said it. Oh, they're a better team. When you're running the team through Kobe, they're a better team. When you're running the team through Shaq, they're a better team. He's just playing against better teams. When you're running the team through Tim Duncan, they're a better team. So you're proving the point in.
I didn't say that. You're putting words
the point
in my
is
mouth.
proven that when you run the team through these players,
stop lying on me, gang. Stop
see,
lying
hold
on me,
on.
gang.
You
putting
didn't
words
say
in my
that.
mouth.
You said wait.
Bro, you literally said the shit, bro.
Table,
I didn't say that. I said he's playing a better fucking team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on,
That's what I said.
Like
That you said.
2017.
How did he learn?
Wait, that's what I just said that you said.
Hold on.
I wasn't done.
Shit, fuck.
Now we can't do that.
all right,
I'm not
guys, all
screaming. I'm not doing none of that,
Yeah,
bro.
come on, Stacky.
We can't do that, bro. You said what you had to say.
Yeah, you hogging the
stop
mic, bro.
trolling.
You been hogging the mic for 10 minutes, gang.
You said what you had to say.
Nigga,
You said
I
what you
crashed
had
out
to
behind
say.
this shit, gang.
Fam. When I asked you were you done, you was like, So I'm like, okay.
Gang, you hogging the mic,
But
bro.
fam, you can't trip about me hogging the mic when you said you were done.
Stop lying on Ramon fucking James' name,
Fam,
gang.
you
Stop
said
lying on
you
his
were
fucking
done.
name.
Just chill.
Stop lying on Glory. Stop lying on Glory fucking son. Stop lying on
Okay,
Bronny's
Chaz,
dad.
this how I'm gonna sum it
Stop
up.
lying on
Just
Bronny's
chill,
dad,
bro.
nigga.
This is how we gonna sum this up about his king, right? So Shaq and Kobe, their win-loss record in the motherfucking playoffs is 76 and 43. Even after motherfucking Shaq left, Kobe still won 60 more games and only lost 42. You feel what I'm saying? So How is it that Kobe in an era where LeBron is still supposed to be the king or becoming the king was still winning games even in his era, playoff games and getting playoff and finals win?
That's Cap. Brian Prime started in
Yeah,
'09,
what,
buddy.
nigga?
How the
No,
fuck
you
is
And
said
that
Kobe
cap,
won
bro?
in
I did
09
my
and
homework.
2010.
What the fuck is you talking about? So Kobe
But
didn't
wait,
win
wait,
60.
crazy.
So Kobe
he said
didn't
it's
go
cap.
60 for 42 when Shaq left.
Well, let me know when this my goal. Let me know when this my goal. Let me know.
Wait, but he said
I'm
it's
asking,
cap.
I'm
But
asking
Kobe went
stacking. So
back to
Kobe
back
didn't go
Oh,
60 and
both
stacking.
42
years.
when Shaq left.
he did.
So what the fuck is you talking about then,
Hey,
bro?
Google LeBron record for me, gang. Go Google
I
LeBron
asked a
playoff record.
specific question.
Go
Did
Google
Kobe go
LeBron.
60 and 42 when Shaq
Yo, hold
left? You
on, yo,
just
hold
said
on.
yeah.
Yo, hold on, bro. I want
I
your
never got an
Chris
answer
Nash,
to my question. So
My bad. Go
Nigga,
ahead,
you
Chad.
asked a question for 10 fucking minutes. I
Wait, hold
forgot.
on,
and,
yo,
and
hold
then
on, yo.
I reiterated it for you.
Hold on, yo. Hey, Chris, what you about to say,
I
man?
don't know why we got to get all aggressive and
I'm
hostile,
not.
bro.
See, I understand
This
when
man.
it
Hey,
comes
Chaz, I don't got a
to.
problem with that. This is how I talk. My bad, gang.
Okay, now I feel you. Okay, you good. Go ahead.
I know, like, and y'all can call him a casual, but I'm not one of the analytical guys. Like, I look at all the like, you know, I do the I'm looking at all the analytics. You can, I mean, I guess it's casual, but I just go off, I just go off the MVP, Finals MVPs, points, rebounds, assists. Y'all may know more of the he got 64. You know, he got this percentage, and LeBron is doing this, and he outplaying. LeBron got the Finals MVP. Stephen
Okay,
Curry
yeah,
got two.
that's
Hold on,
a
hold on,
very
I'll
base
let y'all
sample.
finish. Y'all, can I
No,
go?
for sure.
Can I go, y'all?
Hey,
So
I
Stephen
was just,
Curry, hold on, real
I
quick.
wasn't trying to cut you. I'm just
Oh no, it's good,
interjecting,
it's
bro.
good, it's good. Stephen Curry got two MVPs. And these are not my reasons. I keep reiterating.
Okay,
I'm
so
just
what's the point of
I'm
you
just
saying
looking
it?
at the topic. I'm just looking at the topic and answering the question on why Melo might get a little bit of hate for this, and why people might not put Steph in that LeBron and Michael Jordan category.
Jake.
And it's the same thing with Kobe too. A lot of people you look on ESPN lists, a lot of people, y'all can say they're casuals, but we're not the analytical guys. I never really kind of got into all the analytical guys and the analytics on the basketball reference merchants. I'm not saying that's not, I'm not saying that they not right. I just never really, I'm not one of the analytical guys. I know for a fact Kobe Bryant and Steph Curry, they don't have as many MVPs as
Kobe
guys
Bryant
like
mid, bro.
LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Steph only got
Hey,
two
Stackers, don't make me
MVPs.
drop
You
you,
know what I'm
bro.
saying? And
Sorry,
Kobe
Chris.
and Kobe got one. So it's like if I'm
Facts.
looking at it from the face, if I'm looking at the points, the rebounds, the assists, I'm looking at a lot of the things. Steph just don't meet the criteria. And I understand that Kevin Durant, y'all say, oh well, KD is playing amazing. Of course, KD get the Finals MVP. He
That's
right
not
there.
that's not
But
what
then
was
you got
said.
to go back and say, go ahead, Chaz. No, go
No,
ahead.
I'm just saying that's not what was
No,
said.
you
Though.
got to go ahead.
Okay, I
Crazy though. You
appreciate
said
that.
Kobe's record after he left Shaq was what again? Can you repeat that
Nah,
for me?
hold on. I'm just trying to finish real quick though, y'all. Hold
No,
on, y'all. 'Cause I
I'm just
understand
saying
y'all
that if
keep cutting me off, and
if
I
you're
ain't
going
cut
to
y'all off
refer,
though. But it's the thing,
you
I'm
can
not
keep going
Yeah,
off
referring
the
let
to
Chris
you
trade.
though.
finish. I'm not
I'm
gonna
going
lie.
off the
Hey, Chaz,
topic
I
though.
agree
Hold
with you,
on,
but
y'all.
let Chris finish though. That
I'm
was
going
more
off
loud,
the
man.
I'm going off the topic. I'm not referring to just
No,
nobody
you
in
did refer to
particular.
us. You did.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm going off the
Nah, he
topic.
did,
Let me
but let
let
him
y'all know
finish
I'm going
though.
off the topic. I'm going off the topic.
You
Nobody on
said
here.
take a breath.
And I'm
Dude,
just
bro, I've
saying
been
people
breathing
in
this whole time, dude.
well, probably Tavo. But look though, Tavo, I ain't even talking about no. I'm just talking about anyway. Can I just finish my point though? Whatever. But I was gonna say, see now I gotta restart everything I said because y'all interrupted me.
No, we
So
heard
going
you,
all
bro.
the way
Just keep
back,
going.
when it come, I gotta restart because now they forgot what I said. So going all the way back to like what I was saying was
All right.
a lot of people may feel like when it come to, and then like, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. When it come to Steph Curry, it's like, of course y'all gonna say, well, KD got the Finals MVP because he was a better player, and of course he's just as good as Steph. Well, then you gotta explain Andre Iguodala. I don't think LeBron and Mike is giving up a Finals MVP. Y'all say, oh, well, the defense and it's voted on, and Chris, the analytics say when in the fourth quarter. I don't go off the analytics. I go off Andre Iguodala, who was not a. I think this nigga was. I don't know if he was coming off the bench or he was not a main piece, bro. You gave up a Finals MVP to him. I never seen LeBron and Michael Jordan do that on one of their championship teams and just get the keys away like that, and this other guy and lead me to the promised land. So that may be one of the reasons why Steph. That may be one of the reasons why a lot of people don't put Steph in that category too. And then let's just say, aside from the Finals MVPs, I got to go back to what I said at first because y'all interrupted. When it comes to the MVPs, I think Michael Jordan got 5 regular season MVPs. I think LeBron right behind him with 4. Then I think, Kareem, I think Steph got 2 MVPs. You telling me you was only the best, most valuable player for 2 seasons? That's not
No, hold
enough.
on. Let
And
me
then when it comes to LeBron, let me finish,
if
y'all.
you
I just
don't
want to
mind, my
finish.
brother.
Hold on, I just
Go
want to
ahead,
finish.
go
I
ahead.
just want to finish. I just
Nah,
want to
bro.
finish. I just want to finish.
He
I just
said
want to
all
finish.
this already.
I just want to finish. I just want to finish because I interrupt.
He's on
Then
fire.
when it come to, when it come to Bron too, cause y'all interrupt me, man. I'm not, my mind. But then when it come to, LeBron too, when it come to it's just Mike and LeBron just, put themselves in a whole different stratosphere, man. Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. Cause every time y'all interrupt, I lose my train of thought, bricks. You know what I mean? When it comes to LeBron too, a lot of people argue, man, LeBron James could have really got MVP all them years, bro. Mike could have got MVP all them years. People don't say that about the Steph Currys of the world. They don't say that about, people say that a little bit about Kobe, but they don't really. They say LeBron could have got MVP the whole 2010s, and you can look and you can see he was right there. Steph Curry, people don't be like, man, Steph could have got the MVP the whole
Just because
2010s.
you have
So
more
I just think
MVPs
when it
don't
come
make
to
you better.
Bron, and Jordan, they just set themselves so far ahead. Like,
Thing is
Steph
though,
got
bro.
he the greatest shooter, bro. Let's just keep it at that. Like when it comes to
Thing is,
Michael Jordan got 10 scoring titles. He got defensive player of the year. It's all around. LeBron got the
hey,
most points, top 5 assists, top 10 rebounds. It's all around. Steph is the greatest shooter. Let's just leave it at that, bro.
Facts. So
hey,
Crunch,
All
if
right,
you
Chris.
so
don't
are
mind,
you
before you,
completely done now? You completely done?
hey Chaz,
I
can
was
I
just
get
going.
I'm
Hold on,
done,
hold
man.
on,
I
hold
ain't
on.
even
I was just
talking.
going.
Y'all
Hold on,
talk
y'all.
too
Let
Hold
the
on.
much.
I was
host
just going.
I
respond.
just gotta
Hold on.
say,
I was just
just
going
Hold
because
to
on,
you
say.
Crunch
got
got
more
something to say, y'all.
MVPs don't
I'm
make you
He
done
better.
said
with what I was
he had
saying, but I'm
already
gonna
said
butt in
everything
though,
he
Hey,
cause
said.
Crunch
y'all was
got something
butting
to
in.
say, y'all. Hold on.
Yeah,
I was
he
just
had
going to
already
say
said
they.
all
okay, go ahead, Crunch.
I ain't even gonna say a lot. I just noticed. I had just thought about this that Steph and Kobe. They had to go through a rebuild, and Mike and Bron didn't do that. That does,
Hey,
contribute to the
Crunch, shut
MVP.
your ass up. No, I'm joking. I'm
No,
joking.
hold
I'm
on.
joking.
You said Mike
No,
can't
hold
go
on.
through a rebuild?
No, hold on. That contributes to the MVPs because Shamar, get your bitch ass up out of here. Then I'm joking.
I think Mike did
Hold on,
low
hold
key
on, hold
go
on,
through
hold
a
on.
rebuild though. My bad.
No,
Nah,
he didn't. That's why he left because
I'm saying
Jerry
after.
Krause
Hold on, let's
wanted
let
to
Crunch finish
rebuild.
though. Let's let
Oh no, I
Crunch
said
finish.
after Mike got his MVPs, his team would never fall off. Same with Braun because all he did was go to play with Wade. So how can he get the MVP every year if he keeps switching up and getting all this talent on his teams though?
You talking about
Steph,
LeBron James?
yeah, Steph. A lot of people argue peak Steph was like after, like his best season was like 2021 and shit like that when he was going through that rebuild. So if he ain't never had to have a rebuild, he could have kept getting MVPs. But that's all I wanted to say for it. And same with Kobe for real.
All I wanted to say to Mister the Stackham guy, he talking about some Braun was 120 and 59 in the 2010s. That mean that motherfucker did a whole lot of losing then, dead ass, because he got 108 losses. Also to OVO Chris, if MVPs only mattered, my man, again, the NBA would stop at 82 games, and whoever was the MVP, their team or that person would be the overall successor for that season.
Oh yeah, I
So
ain't say
no.
it only
Hey, the
matter. I ain't
champion.
say it only
Yeah.
matter. Yeah,
But
I
you
ain't say it
alluded
only
to that.
matter.
You see, like when you
Nah,
was
I ain't even
talking, you
allude
kept
to that. I
alluding
ain't
to
say that.
like
I just said
MVPs
I
and
ain't
finals
alluding
alluded to
to it.
MVP. Hold
things
on,
though.
my man.
No,
My
hold
man.
on, because you had butted in
Hold
with me. I'm
on.
just
I gave
responding.
you
I'm
the
just
flow. I
responding.
gave
You
you the flow,
butted
my
in.
man.
Nah, you
But
said
you
we're
were
butting in though.
alluding.
You
You
were
kept
butting in
alluding
though.
to fight. Okay, and again, you kept alluding to finals MVPs and MVPs. Either
Right,
way it
right.
go, my man. If the regular season only mattered, whoever got the MVP, their team
Do the
or that
finals
person
matter? The
would be
ring
the
matter
sole
though.
successor.
The ring matter though.
So again, the
Yeah.
postseason does matter.
Right,
And if
right.
and
That's the
if
finals
and we're not
MVP.
gonna sit here and act like Andre Iguodala stole a whole ass Finals MVP. Well, we're not gonna do that
But
neither.
that's
Because
your
somebody made
opinion.
a
That's your
comment like,
opinion.
He
That's
said
your
"Who
that's your
have
opinion.
Jordan and
opinion.
whatchamacallit played with?" That's on the style of LeBron.
That's
I
on
mean, on
your.
the
That's
style
your
of
I ain't gonna
KD
lie,
opinion.
or some
Chris.
shit.
I ain't gonna lie, Chris made some good ass points. That's gonna be
No, but no,
hard to
he just
respond to. I ain't gonna hold
he
you.
just said the same shit that he said before.
But them points is kind of hard to, see.
Hold on, hold on,
I
hold on,
just
hold
don't.
on, babe.
I
I ain't
just
gonna
don't
come.
think just
He
because you
I ain't
got
gonna
he
try
more
to combat
he
them
seasons
just
points
said
MVP,
the
because
you the
same
better
like,
shit he had
player.
said beforehand.
yeah,
Everybody just says, "Oh, MVPs, Finals MVPs," and like when you said Tabo, that's an opinion. The Finals MVP, if they're quite literally an opinion. It's quite literally a group of people's opinions.
No, he said somebody should have won it.
Like
He said
no,
somebody else should have won it.
I'm saying like when you said like what he said was an opinion. I'm saying the whole what you're basing your logic off of to determine whether players are in a separate conversation from other players or not is based off of a group of people's opinion, just like us up here talking.
Oh yeah.
So like it's very wishy washy when you try to fall back on that, and it just goes back to that's the way that everybody always don't look at this stuff because people don't watch basketball. They don't care to go back and watch it. People just care about watching highlights and what the narrative is. Like if the consensus narrative was Steph Curry's in the GOAT conversation, and that's all everybody talked about on the media and all that shit. Oh, Steph Curry should have had this Finals MVP. This. Steph Curry should have won this. If that was the consensus conversation, that would be the script of the masses of how people look at Steph Curry. If the narrative on Steph Curry was he does so much more than shooting, everybody would look at him as so much more than a shooter. But because the narrative on him and all the media talking heads, the only thing they say about him, when you hear Stephen A. Smith, when you fire up Stephen A. Smith in the morning, when he says Steph Curry, I will admit it. He is the greatest shooter ever, and I will admit it. It's like you limited him to that, and that's what people look at because they look at your opinion as valuable. So that's what they hold on to in their mind. So when they get in these conversations, and it's like a role play of Shannon versus Skip, and you having your moment up here, and you going back and forth like you on the road, like you on the show on FS1, and you just get up here and repeat the same shit that we all heard them motherfuckers regurgitate instead of actually going to do your own research and going back and watch film to see what you actually want to know about certain things. But that's what I'm saying. Most people don't talk about this shit because they actually care about basketball. Most people come in these conversations because they may like basketball, but they wanted to be in a community of people where they can just talk back and forth and have something to do in a pastime. Majority of these conversations are not serious at all. Majority of people that you talk to about these things don't know what they're talking about at all. People just be up here talking about shit that they heard from other people instead of actually going back and doing their own research and assessing things for their own. People pick and choose when they want to value others' opinions, and that's it.
But to me, Chad, that's what
Just like
so
nobody
sad.
mentioned the lowest scored point game in LeBron in LeBron whole tenure of playing. This nigga only scored 3 points one time in the playoff game. Nobody mentioned it at all. Nobody bring it up.
This a thing because he mad about that streak, but that just point out a 10-point game streak just show how bad it is to score 8 points in the final. But bro, I was just gonna say like Chad, that make it so sad to me though because they not doing none of this because they really care about the game, but they still going tell Melo that he a sucker ass nigga. They still going to come for these people's family and death threats and stuff.
So is the argument that Steph is in the conversation with Ron Jordan? That's the argument.
I mean, he deserved that right. I mean, if we're gonna look at totality, I feel like Stephen Curry deserved that right because we can't knock Stephen Curry for certain shit, but motherfuckers ain't gonna knock LeBron for losing 108 playoff fucking games and shit. Meanwhile, Curry only lost 51, Jordan only lost 60, and Kobe only lost 85. All three of them niggas lost under 100, and Bron is well over and on his way up if he don't win none this goddamn year. So we can't not look at Steph and say he's not. He do have a comparable and arguable motherfucking fight, a dog in this fight, in my opinion.
I don't think he does.
Argument.
I don't think he does.
No, man, the argument was and my phone had cut out. I was saying, Chad, it's sad that like they don't care about the game, but they'll still take it personal and call people out their name or make death threats and call them a sucker and all that when they don't even love the game. That's why I think that's whole time they don't even love basketball like that, but they just trying to debate and they still gonna take it there. But no, man, it's like the point was Melo was saying if he was Steph or Stephen Curry probably has himself ranked over LeBron James probably. He didn't even say that he do. He just said that Stephen Curry probably feels like that because he got a legitimate argument. And you know, it's
he do. I don't think he. Look, I think it's
Steph.
Though.
No, but I was gonna say the Chris point. It's stuff that LeBron and Jordan did that Steph didn't do. But then there's also stuff that Steph did that LeBron didn't do. That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree with that.
LeBron was never a unanimous MVP. No matter how glorious of a king he was never a unanimous MVP.
And also, though,
I agree with that. Hold on.
LeBron never had his
dominant. Let me find that point real quick, though, Crunch.
Hold on, what's my last point? LeBron never had his dominant of a finals since 2022.
So I agree with most of the points that you're making, Crunch. I think that the difference is though, like when you looking at an all-time great player, like what if we're just saying that basically Melo is saying that Steph Curry should feel like he's in the conversation. Yeah, he should, and he deserves the right to feel that way. But deserving the right to feel that way and deserving the right to actually be in the conversation is two completely different things. I don't think he deserves to be in that conversation.
Well, let's
Why
hold on.
not?
We're gonna get to that, and because
Why
Chris
not?
was cooking on that, and I did say, yeah, I'm gonna let Ken cook on that. I don't think we heard
Yeah,
Ken cook
I'm gonna
yet.
go and let Ken go, but Crunch real
But
quick. I'm saying like I'm not really saying how I feel if he should or should not, but I can see why certain people would get upset about it. You know, the basketball community will be like, hold on, you know what I'm saying?
no, because that's what Mez basically doing right now. See, Mez does it in a respectful basketball way, whereas the people online, they're literally going. They think Melo really hate LeBron because he said this, bro.
That's because
Yeah,
Mez
nah, he
don't
wild
say
with that.
stuff
He
with
wild
his
My
with that.
my
chest.
my
If
my,
we
You
gonna
my
know what
let
I'm
question
LeBron, they're gonna
to
say you're a
anybody
hater.
that
saying? Mez
disagrees,
a
right?
double talking ass nigga.
wait, hold on,
That's
Flight.
why
I'm gonna let you, Flight. I'm gonna let you.
Sound like you hating a little bit.
Well, actually,
I'm
hold
hating a
on, Flight.
lot. And what?
We're gonna let Ken. Hold on.
Go ahead, yeah.
We're gonna let Ken hoop real quick, see if we can get some buckets, man.
Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah.
And just for
No,
the record, too, though, Crunch, I just want to let people know I did play basketball at the University of Memphis. If y'all want to look up
Hey,
my stats, I
hey,
can.
hey,
So
hey,
I'm
what's
actually
your
a
full
real
name, bro?
hooper
What's
too.
what's your, what's your full name?
Hold on, real
He
quick,
probably gonna
like it's
DM
just
you the
like with
name.
the
Yeah.
analytics, Crunch, real quick with the analytics. I just don't. Now I know y'all don't care. I was just letting it be known. But with the analytics, I just don't really get into deep with the analytics. So that can make I guess it make somebody a casual if they don't on the
Yeah.
analytics. Go
I
ahead though,
feel you.
Ken. But yeah, go look me up. 2019, you can look me up. I send out all the info. I played a few years till I injured my knee. But go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, no. I was just saying though, like if you think about, Steph Curry, he's played in the tougher conference his whole entire career. He never played in the Eastern Conference, right? When they actually matched up, he won most of the time, right? His
Hmm.
team is like homegrown, right? And he's the all-time three-point, lead shooter in NBA history, right? So when you add into and he has MVPs, he has championships with or without Kevin Durant, right? And he's done this all at one stop. When has the Warriors before he got there? What was the Warriors, right? He really
Hmm.
built that franchise from the ground
Agreed.
up. Like there was nothing going on in Golden State. So and he matched up and he beat LeBron most of the time. Was it he beat him what 3 times? 3-1.
Yeah, 3 out of 4. Hmm.
Yeah, 3 out of 4, right? So, and he's doing this against stiffer competition in the Western Conference. He doesn't have a beeline to the NBA Finals like LeBron does every season. So, if he
Agreed.
was playing in the East with that team, are we talking about someone who's going to 10 or 11 NBA straight finals? You know what I'm saying? He has more
Possibly.
championships.
Possibly.
So, so when we talk about Steph Curry, he definitely deserves to be in that talk. I don't
Hey,
see
he's
how he
cooking. I ain't
doesn't.
gonna lie to you guys. You know
Hmm.
me, I'm
So,
unbiased. He's cooking.
so Steph Curry does not deserve to be in the conversation, and we can make the arguments, hypotheticals about what could be if if things were differently. But based on the actual results of what happened,
He beat him head to head more times than not.
LeBron James is a better individual basketball player than him, and is a more accomplished basketball player than him. That's where the conversation stops. The reason that Steph Curry is not in this conversation is one, because at no point in his career has he ever been a dominant two-way player. And also, we understand that even though he's an all-time great offensive player, there are limitations based on that as well. And we see him have, much like LeBron, some of the greatest blunders in the history of the NBA. Although we can understand that he was injured, that doesn't take up for the fact that he only needed one game and wasn't able to do it. And the person that he did do that against is the nigga that we're arguing him against, and that does hold weight. And out of the 3 or 4 times that they played each other in the finals, I don't think Steph Curry's ever outplayed LeBron in any of those matchups. That's also going to hold weight. And when LeBron James came to the Western Conference, we've seen LeBron James and Steph Curry match up in the actual play-in before. And while I do think that Steph Curry probably did outplay him in that individual matchup, I will honestly understate LeBron James the game went on that nigga. So once again, it's no disrespect to Steph Curry, but Steph Curry does not have enough hardware, nor does Steph Curry have enough in-game play. Even if you want to sit down and watch film, he's not as dominant of a two-way player, although I do think he's probably a better offensive player. He's not as dominant of an individual player on both ends of the ball as LeBron James. So, no, by any metric, awards, by just individual play or
But
accomplishments,
again, if
does
you're
he
playing
deserve to be in
against
the
stiffer
conversation?
But Curry beat
competition,
LeBron
Hold
more.
on, y'all.
Curry
Hold
beat
on. Hold on,
LeBron
y'all.
more
Hold
than
on.
LeBron beat Tavo. Hold
He
on, bro. We
frying
gotta
that
let Mez
motherfucker.
finish. We gotta let
He
Mez. Oh no,
cooking.
no, no. We good, cool. We good, cool. I just wanna Ken. Hold on, bro. You gotta let Mez finish his point before you just butt in,
Nah,
bro.
okay,
he
go
can
ahead.
jump in. It's no problem. He can jump in.
Oh,
Everybody can jump in when I
go
talk.
ahead.
It's no beef.
So you don't take in I'm assuming that you have finals
As long as you know, because we
championships.
gonna jump in whether you're okay with it or not.
I'm just letting you know, man. I'm just letting you
Yo,
know.
Shamar, meet me up. Hey, Shamar, meet me outside, bro.
So
I'm tired of
so
listening
Come
to
on,
hating
you
ass
So,
niggas,
so
man.
what I would like to do for the
you
chat,
put a lower
I love
value
to
on
ask these questions,
championships.
especially for everybody.
Yeah,
And I hear what you weigh, Mies, but for everybody on the panel, what would qualify a player? We understand what the standard is. I'm pretty sure everybody pretty much looks at Jordan as the standard or the person you have to be compared to, or like you said, awards, stats, and how you play, defense. Okay, so what for everybody though? What would qualify a player to even enter the conversation? Where is that line, and what is those things that's needed so that okay, let's start looking at it. Let's start having a conversation.
I think it's the totality of everything.
agreed.
I think. I
It's
mean,
gonna
of
be
course.
I
I
personally
mean. I
look at the
But
mean.
competition
I
and
No,
need
no.
the
I need those
This.
that's
topics
what
so we can
So this is what I'm
understand.
gonna say,
So
Flame.
the chat can
So,
understand because there's people that don't know basketball. You know.
So yeah. So if I was to look at it, of course, some people are gonna do the eye test. Some people are gonna do the eye test. But if we wanted to go by hardware, we're gonna go by NBA championships, MVPs, all NBA teams, all defensive teams, defensive player of the year
All
awards,
right.
all those type of things. I guess to some people, for the most part, that's what most people compare it to. Because when you look at Jordan hardware, you look at other people hardware. Jordan got six rings, 6 Finals MVPs, 5 regular season MVPs. He got a defensive player of the year. I think he was all defensive team at least like 9 or 10 times. He was all NBA first team, maybe like 9 or 10 times. So all that adds into it, and he's 6-0.
But I just have a situation here with LeBron, right? He's played in the West for like 8 seasons now, right? And he's been to one NBA Finals. When he was in the East, he couldn't stay out of the NBA Finals. I believe the competition that actually makes his accolades look a little bit off
Damn, I got
because
restricted for bullying and harassment. It's crazy.
No, Ken, and Ken, my counterpart to that will be he's also older.
but his production is still at an elite
It is
level since he's been at
it is, but he's
LA.
Nah,
also
that is
older.
crazy, Glock, because we were actually walking you
He,
down. So I don't know why
yeah,
you got reported.
he's actually that's what I'm saying. He's actually
They
older
say I'm
now.
up here bullying y'all,
That's
putting y'all in
that
trash
that's
cans.
that's not that. It would be now if it was LeBron. If we were saying LeBron in his prime, I would say Ken, you will have a point that he's
All
not at
right.
his prime at the time when he went to the West.
And Ken, the Western
Well, I
Conference is
disagree.
tougher
I think LeBron
competition.
James went to the Western Conference the year after, or the next year after he had probably his most dominant show of force in the playoffs. The difference is, though, we all understand that the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference, and this is to credit Steph Curry, is obviously two different ball games and two different monsters, right? And in my opinion, you can argue, in my opinion, the year that LeBron left the East is probably the best that the East has been since probably the late '90s, in my opinion, right?
Uh-huh.
But what I will
Absolutely.
say is this though, if you take a step back and look at it, he just missed the playoffs because I don't think he was used to that level of competition on a consistent basis. On top of Lonzo Ball being injured, on top of Brandon Ingram being injured, on top of himself being injured, that's kind of one of the things that stopped him from being as dominant. But we did see the next year when they came back, he was a dominant player. I don't necessarily know if he was just the hands down the best player on his team, but the nigga was dominant as shit the very next year on both ends of the ball.
Hey, my bad. Why they restrict Mesh?
I
Because he
don't
was
know.
yapping. Because he was yapping,
They trying to
Crush.
silence him. They trying to silence him.
Yeah,
And what do
they trying to
I think we use the term dominant loosely. What is dominant?
He was
when
clearly.
I'm speaking on
Oh,
dominance, I
go
mean uplifting your team to wins. I'm looking at what you're actually doing on an individual level, and I think LeBron was doing both of those things on an individual level, leading the league in assists, orchestrating that offense, and we've seen that offense took a dump whenever he went off the floor, like the defense took a dump whenever AD went off the floor. So when I'm looking
Uh-huh.
at dominance, I'm looking at his ability to play at an extremely high level on both ends of the floor, while actually using that actual impact to elevate the team to a position where they can win. We've seen that throughout the entirety of the year. We've seen that throughout the entirety of the playoffs, and we've definitely seen that in the finals.
But does that
Like,
result in championships though with
well,
with
that year it
LeBron?
ahead.
did.
Yeah.
That
So
year
That
it
yeah,
year
actually
did,
that's
yeah,
But
That
that
in
year
year
it
did.
did.
totality, when you look at his career, you don't look at LeBron as necessarily the best winner, right?
That's true.
So
That's
But is
true.
it
you
about
look
being
at
the best winner or the best player?
well. I
mean
It's
mean,
about
how
being
do
the
you?
best winner,
But
though.
how do
regardless
you
It's
of
about
complete
being the best winner.
dominance, sir? How
yeah.
do you
Well,
complete
well,
dominance?
let
That's
me
what I'm
You
ask
could
you
be
saying.
a
You
this
cannot
dominant
question
be
though.
player and
dominant
not. You
if
could
you're
be a
not
dominant
winning
player and
most of the
not
time.
win.
Well,
Look,
let me ask you this question though,
Because
let
for
me
the
let
sake
me
of
I
let
having
ask
me
this
give you
because
LeBron in this
five
I'm gonna ask this
conversation.
one
examples.
question: Was Wilt not dominant and he wasn't winning?
Yeah,
Yes,
but
he was
that's
a
why we
dominant
don't have
individual
him.
player,
Think
but he
about
No,
what
no,
wasn't
you
no, no,
just
no,
dominant
no.
said.
That's why I
Listen to
will
what
not consider
listen.
the
Hold
No,
on,
debate.
hold
listen to
on,
what
hold
I'm
on.
saying.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta
not
agree
saying
with
that he
it.
didn't.
It probably
I'm
went over
saying he
your
didn't
head.
win.
It probably went
I'm
over
Yeah,
your
saying he
head
didn't
what he
Wilt
win, but I'm
said
said.
one of
saying
the
people
most
still
dominant
consider him
Why is it
dominant.
Wilt the GOAT then? Because he had some of the best
No, but
stats?
they said he was
So now you
dominant.
moving the goalpost. He
I'm
didn't
not
say
No,
saying
that.
but
that.
think
I
about
ain't
what you
say that he
just
was the
said. You
best.
said
I
he
just
has.
said
Just
we was just
said
talking
Yeah, he
about
has
dominant.
the
dominant.
best
We was just
stats.
talking
You
Wilt
about
said he
is
has.
dominant.
dominant.
Yeah,
He's
we was just talking about
dominant.
So
dominant.
once again, the reason why I brought up and said dominant is because that year individually, if we're talking specifically about his beginning of his conference, beginning of his time in the Western Conference, that year his individual dominance and his team dominance did equal winning. Did equal winning,
Why?
excuse me,
But
did
Absolutely.
that
why
year.
doesn't anyone have Wilt as the GOAT if he's
Well,
so
Because
listen.
Wilt's
We're
dominant?
not
That's a
individual
saying that.
because
Nobody
Because
ever
part of
said
the
that.
Wilt's
win.
Because nobody ever
individual
said
because
that.
Wilt's most
Because
dominant
I feel
years
like your
don't
impact.
align with his
Ken, let me.
actual winning.
Ken,
Well,
can I
listen.
ask you a question?
Let's slow it down though, Ken. That's a
That's
good
Ken,
question,
facts.
but let's
Ken,
save that though. Let's save that question for
okay,
after
because
we're
I was
done
gonna
this
ask
one.
someone. Because I
Cause you
was
know
gonna
what I'm
ask you a
saying? Cause
question.
we were
Yeah.
talking about this one, and then you're gonna take it all the way over to something else. You're gonna
No, I
confuse
was
people.
addressing his point that he made that
No,
Wilt
it's a
was
good
dominant.
point. And Glock knows me. I've brought up Wilt Chamberlain on separate
No.
occasions, and actually we've
And
had this conversation at
Shamar,
So
and
length.
you know how I
can
feel about Wilt.
can I ask one
Yeah,
question?
and we argue about Wilt all the time. I'm just saying you're gonna distract the rest of the
Yeah,
panel. I'm not
but
trying
yeah,
to take over. I'm just saying, we're having a good convo.
can I ask you one question, Ken?
Yeah, yeah,
Would you not? Well, is Nikola Jokic being is he dominant right now?
absolutely.
But he's not winning, right?
Yeah, he has one championship.
Yeah, but
Okay,
he's not. But he's not winning on a regular basis, right?
okay,
Uh
So,
huh.
so
That's
my
true.
whole so my whole point is you can be dominant and not win.
but that
Yeah,
what we're
that's
talking
true.
about is GOAT talk. We're not talking about. We're not talking about great. Top 10 players
So,
even.
so, so
We're
let me
talking
ask you
about
this, Ken. Is it starting to become a consensus now that some people, not everybody, but some people are now saying that Nikola Jokic may be a top 15, top 10 player, and some people are trying to even move him and say. I've heard people say we
I've
might
heard he's
not
like
say
one of
it,
the
but
better centers.
we heard people say he's better than Shaq.
But poop,
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
poop.
he's
No,
That
that's
one.
goes
I've
back
crazy.
heard
to
that
the.
before.
That's
But
crazy.
I've heard
but
that
That's
let's
crazy.
before. I've
let's
I ain't
be
gonna
heard
lie,
real.
that is
That
crazy.
goes back to Me's point of Curry's a high offensive player, not two-way dominance. Jokic doesn't have
Hmm.
that. So why is Jokic being put there?
Exactly.
I'm agreeing with it, but I'm making
Yeah.
a point because
I'm
like
I'm, I'm, I'm talking to just I'm saying the
yeah
masses.
yeah
That's
yeah
all.
yeah
I'm making sure
true
that
Nah,
we
I
true
get.
that, and
LeBron
that's a
has
Nah,
great
it.
we
I
point.
all on the same
understand.
page.
Yeah,
Malik's
and that's the
making a
reason
good
why I
point.
don't
Hold on,
agree
hey,
with it.
Tavo, I'm gonna
Nah,
rotate
but
Omar up
but
here.
wait, Malik's making a good point though. You can't cherry pick with Steph, but then put Jokic in those combos. When Steph, even though Jokic is putting up better stats, Steph is actually being a more unstoppable offensive engine to the point where it's propelling his team to way higher heights than Jokic. So if we can agree Jokic could be in this conversation, then we have to allow Steph to be in these conversations too because
Yeah,
he's doing it at a higher
I
impact to winning.
I have
But
no
Steph
problem with
Curry's
Steph.
best.
But I don't think that none of us really truly believe that Jokic is in that conversation though.
I don't.
But listen though, Glock, I'm gonna tell you why a lot of people are pushing it because of
right
the
now, some of
advanced the
these guys
advanced
is going
metrics
crazy to
though.
be putting
Because
that right
Yeah,
now.
these guys are advanced metrics merchants though. That's what I'm
I
saying. Like
agree.
they'll ignore what's
facts.
happening in front of their eyes on film on a night to night basis, and they'll defer to the advanced metrics because it makes them sound smart. But the truth
I agree.
is that Steph, he's not gonna have 14 rebounds a game. That doesn't even make any sense. He's still an exceptional rebounder for his position. And when you look at the stuff like he has a scoring a steals title, when you look at the fact that he's not really having that many shooters on his team, but he's still able to like blow teams out of the water, be one of the most unstoppable players we ever seen, and he's doing it with less than LeBron needed to do it with, bro. He stayed home, like the brother mentioned. Golden State wasn't no winning team before Steph got
Excuse me.
there. They built around Steph, and then he created the greatest dynasty of our generation. Then
Yeah, but
being the
I
greatest
don't think he
shooter.
necessarily won with just purely less than because in my opinion, like I get what y'all
Well,
are
okay,
gonna
not
say is
Golden State,
but
not
yeah,
Kevin
that's what I'm
Durant,
saying. But
not
I
Kevin
don't
Durant.
think so. I don't think
But
so.
listen
So
though, but the thing
But
is when we're talking about Braun though, Braun stacked the deck so many times that I can
yeah,
give a player a bly though, because it's like why is Braun the only one who's allowed to stack the deck? Because Steph was better at stacking the deck
mhm.
and did what he was supposed to do.
no,
We're
That
gonna
one player.
penalize him for that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not,
Because
brother.
no.
And you know how I feel about that.
LeBron was supposed to 3P. He was supposed to do what he did. So it's kind of like because he lost in
But,
2011,
but
we give him a bly for losing in 2011 and saying,
nah,
oh, they
I
weren't
agree.
that dominant,
yeah.
right?
I'm
Bex,
not
But it's like,
giving
Bex,
him no
let me
blind.
ask you a question. Has it ever been a player? Typically, has it ever been a player who's considered the GOAT and not being a player who plays both sides who plays both ends of the court?
No.
so listen, I'm gonna say this, right? So when you take a player like Magic Johnson, for instance, I'm gonna say this first of all. Steph plays both sides of the court. He's just not elite at defense. He's not an elite defender. But it's not like he doesn't give
Well, I
effort.
Yeah,
He
think he
actually
facts.
plays
plays
both sides
defense.
of the. I think he plays both
Yeah.
sides of the floor
Yeah, I think
now,
he
though,
plays.
not for the totality of
I'm
his
not
career.
saying that
He's
you.
gotten better.
I'm not saying
He's
that he
gotten better.
don't
He's gotten
play
better.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
say
saying that
this,
he don't
He's
Glock. I'm
play
gotten
gonna
it.
say
better.
this, but Glock, we know early in his career, and you could factor this in. You could say, well, too bad, so sad. We know early in his career he did have
Ankle
serious ankle
injuries.
issues that
Yeah.
stopped him from being able to move laterally.
You know I
So
can't do that.
he was
I
gonna
can't
get
do that.
fried. No, but listen, I'm saying though he always played defense. It's just that he used to get fried because he had bad ankles. So it's like when we say someone's not a two-way player, I look at Harden, I look at Luka. These guys don't put in no effort on defense. Steph Curry, you can't show me one team that's number one in defense where the best player on the team doesn't at least play defense.
I
You
didn't say
can't
he.
show me that.
I didn't say he didn't get effort. I'm saying my
But he
the,
has
He's
a
not.
the
A,
steals title.
he's
no.
not
I'm
elite.
not. I never
But
said that
hey, he
he
has a
did.
steals title though.
I'll take that. And what I'm saying is, I'm not dismissing that he does give effort. I'm just saying typically, and for the most people who we consider in the GOAT debate, if we want to say Jordan, Kobe, Kareem, even if you want to say Duncan, those are people who are
Hell
known to
no.
play.
I don't want to say Duncan.
I'm
Facts.
just,
Fuck all
but
that.
some people do. But some people do.
Magic.
Yeah, and
No, that's yeah.
I'm yeah.
Hell
I'm
no.
like I'm no the Duncan too because I think at the end of his career, you know, so,
He was a
that
pedestrian.
yeah that part. What I'm saying is typically the people where for the most part ain't no typically the people who've been in that discussion are people who play on both ends and not just play on those both ends but have been considered elite at some point on those ends.
Absolutely. But let me say this though. The reason why is because typically that's what it has taken to actually win at the highest level is you needed to be a player who could dominate on both ends. Steph Curry is really the first player that we see where other than Magic Johnson, we can't forget about Magic, but he's one of the very few players who we've seen who's not gifted defensively, but is still able to completely take over a whole game and a whole series and completely change the NBA. Because like that's the other thing we have to talk about. This guy not only changed the NBA, he changed basketball completely. We're talking about the biggest impact we've seen since like Wilt Chamberlain, and we weren't even alive for that, so we don't even know what that impact is. So in my
So
life,
Allen
Allen
Iverson.
Iverson
Yeah.
impacted fashion and he impacted some rules,
Hey,
but he didn't
This
impact.
Oh,
crazy
sir,
how
To
niggas
the
was not.
look.
Hey, that's cap.
hey,
That's cap.
listen,
Niggas,
listen,
The
listen.
I'm talking
whole
about the
reason
crossover.
why
I'm
they
Listen,
talking
got
about
a
make
the
your
dribble the
point.
way
crossover.
they got a dribble is
Wait,
because
Yeah,
listen, make your
of the
make
crossover.
your no. Listen. You can make your point out there, and
Steph
I
the
agree with you to an
smallest
extent.
guard to
But I'm
do it.
saying Iverson is not to the same level of impact as Steph Curry, where now you
I
have a
know
Yeah.
he's not.
whole
I know he's not.
NBA.
He's not.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm not
I'm
saying
talking
he's
about
the
the
only
crossover. I'm
player.
talking about his.
No,
I'm
you right
talking
about
about.
Steph
I
there.
think. I think we got the. I
Now
think we got
listen,
the niggas
Shaq, you're
that got the
cooking.
ball handles. He up the ball handling.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Shaq, you're
yeah.
cooking. I'm
Isaiah
just saying. I'm just
Thomas,
saying
Isaiah
Now,
he's
Thomas
number
They
couldn't do
one.
it
had ball
like
handlers
Steph.
before AI. I
I
ain't gonna
agree.
lie to
Well,
you.
I just said that because I know we did, but did they influence as much? Because there was a big gap between them
Yes,
and
yes,
them
yes,
and Allen Iverson.
yes.
No,
Whether
they
y'all
did
want to,
because you
whether hold
had.
on, whether y'all want to admit it or not, or whether people want to actually understand that, Pistol Pete Maravich is
You
probably the
got
most
Isaiah Thomas,
innovative
Pistol
ball
P.
handlers in the history of the NBA.
Yes,
Yeah, he
yeah,
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially as
he
a
is. I
yeah,
passer.
agree. I
Him and
agree. But
Kyrie. Yeah.
was he the most impactful though? Did niggas look at him?
yes,
Was Kyrie Irving looking at
yes.
Pete, Pistol Pete, or Allen
Yes,
Iverson?
Yeah,
the move that
he definitely watches
the
Pete
move that
film. No cap.
everybody
I'm
are
not saying. I'm
building
saying.
off of.
I never
The
asked
move,
y'all niggas.
move
I
that
said he
every
watched. I said he's inspired by Pistol Pete or Allen Iverson more. I never said he
no,
wasn't watching Pistol
no. But
Pete.
what I'm saying is, all of those
Yeah,
moves
nigga
that
shot
are
three
being
threes
used to
before Steph
create.
Curry. Nigga, that's facts,
Now,
cash.
I agree with that too, but I'm just saying that the moves that are being created using the handle all stem from what you've seen Pistol Pete do. Like you can go back and
Bro, I
watch some of
agree
those
with
tapes.
you, bro. I agree with you, man. I'm
I'm
saying
no
these
Shaq.
niggas, bro.
I'm not
I'm
saying
saying
I'm not saying you're disagreeing with me.
the impact come from Allen Iverson the most, for real. That's what I think, bro.
I
Niggas was
disagree
watching
because
AI,
there
bro.
was a Tim Hardaway before Allen
Bro,
Iverson,
I
bro.
know, nigga. Bro, I'm saying niggas are watching Allen Iverson, nigga. Like, yo, bro, why you keep trying to add
y'all
new
Now
talking.
niggas? The
listen,
niggas, bro,
Because I think
look,
you're
look,
trying
it
to
was, hold
credit
on,
Allen Iverson with
wait.
something
It
that's
was
not
Ray
really his
Allen
credit.
before Steph Curry, too, though. It was Ray Allen before Steph Curry, too, though. But you
I,
yeah,
give
but
that shit to
I
listen
Steph
agree
though.
with
Curry
you.
for a reason, nigga. Yeah,
Listen though.
I agree with
Listen.
you though,
I'm
but
not
I agree with that.
discrediting niggas.
Nah, but listen,
Yeah, I got it.
Shaq. So listen, Shaq. I'm gonna say this. Like, yes, Iverson was extremely
They
impactful,
don't get
right?
it, Shaq.
But it was more of a gradual thing with
They
Iverson.
they
Why
don't
are you trying to
understand
like?
all
They
that.
don't understand what the fuck, nigga.
Nah, I
He's
fully
the most
understand.
See,
impactful ball
I
handler,
very
bro.
much so understand what you're saying.
Period.
I'm
What the
Yeah,
actually
fuck?
saying I
he
agree
is.
with you,
He
brother.
is.
I'm
But
actually
I'm
saying I
saying
agree.
So
I'm
why the
saying
fuck
Steph
y'all
You
Curry
got
say
is
all
more
that
remember
shit
impactful.
there? Why y'all
You
say
gotta
all that
remember
So
shit?
they
we're
I
don't know.
feel
saying
like that,
No,
nigga. I
Shaq,
wasn't
it's Shaq,
disrespecting
it's
nobody,
Shaq,
dog.
it's Shaq.
Steph
You gotta remember this
Curry.
Mez and
we're
Steph
saying
Glock niggas
Curry
gotta
Steph.
is
remember they
more
don't know ball.
impactful than all of
You gotta
them.
Yeah,
remember they
oh
don't know
yeah,
ball
yeah,
like
they
that,
don't know
bro.
ball like
Nah,
that.
Glock
My
is
Psych,
a
bad.
psych that,
casual.
psych
That's
that,
true.
psych
Nah,
Hey
that,
nah,
man,
psych
I
nah,
that.
nah.
appreciate
No
y'all for
psych,
calling.
no
I
psych,
appreciate. I
no
appreciate
psych.
y'all for calling me out. I respect
Yeah,
that.
no,
Nah,
no
nah,
psych.
nah,
That's
Glock's a
nah,
really be
nah.
cooking,
casual.
So,
though.
so
Nah, I
Nah,
get what
go
y'all
ahead.
Glock's a
saying, though.
casual. He's a
No, go,
Really
but
be
no,
listen,
go
cooking
ahead,
on that
Omar.
for real, though.
Hey,
Shaq. I'm saying
are we ever
I
gonna
said Omar.
see?
no,
Yeah,
no,
are
you
we
right.
ever gonna see a guy Steph Curry size that did what he did in 22, other than Isaiah Thomas?
Nah, I
Probably
don't think
not.
so, bro. Like he just
Who
that's my
knows?
other that was one of my other arguments for Steph. Like, bro, LeBron
22.
James is
Yeah, my
he's
bad.
a physical anomaly, bro. Steph Curry, he's not regular, but he's for a black man, bro. This nigga 6'2.5", bro. Like
Bro, if
that's
Steph
not
Curry
crazy,
put shade, if Steph Curry
bro.
put shades on, you would not even gonna know that is him.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Look, if
And
You're not even
so
gonna know
that's
that he in
and
the.
and
look,
I
this
You're
mean,
not
nigga
I
can
even gonna
walk
know
through
kind
the
he
of
in the
mall
could
in a
say
hoodie. He
NBA.
can
Kyrie
walk through the
did.
mall in a hoodie. He just gonna be
Hey,
a slightly taller black man in the mall,
I
bro. Like,
kind of
and
could say
Bro,
Man's
Kyrie
he was
probably
did
taller
taller
it
than
black
in
than
Steph
his
Curry,
mama.
16
bro.
though.
For
Yeah,
real,
But
Kyrie
bro.
we
low key
don't
did
we
it
Nah,
don't
though.
nah,
give
nah. I'm
Kyrie
not
the
taller than Steph
credit
Curry.
because he
I'm not
had
taller than Steph Curry.
LeBron. We
Yeah,
He like
don't
two.
give
well,
He like an inch
Kyrie the
taller than me.
credit because he had
well,
LeBron.
Omar, I think Kyrie gonna do it this year, but yeah, you right about that. 2016.
No, but listen though, I'm gonna say this about Steph. Like we're talking about, he changed basketball. He changed the way, like, and again, I'm not saying he's the only player to ever do it, but to the biggest degree, where it was so drastic, where we saw like really basketball was getting played one way, and now everybody's shooting deep threes. Little kids, international
Yeah,
basketball everywhere,
yeah.
bro, and it's
No, that's
all
facts. That's
credited
facts.
pretty much because it's all credited pretty much to this one guy. This guy, bro, I don't think people understand. This guy is the most demoralizing player in NBA history, bro. This guy will hit a deep three, turn around before the ball goes in the net, and hit you with a night night emoji. This guy is
Yeah.
emojiing on the court.
So
He
Like,
should
back.
have
what are
did
we
that.
talking
He
about?
should. He should have
So
did that in
wait, hold on,
2016.
Yeah,
hold
I'll
on
be bad
before
as fuck. I'm
hold on
not gonna lie.
before people spaz out about what Beck said, and because I did want to elaborate on that. You are right, and I think people don't look at Steph Curry's shot making as we should. It is demoralizing. It's very demoralizing because it gets the fans involved. It makes the other team start shooting threes as if they can shoot like him. That's a
No,
problem,
that
and
is
that's
wild.
Yeah,
That
almost
is
another
wild.
facts.
Sounds
form of
Facts.
demoralizing.
That's
defense. It
facts.
is.
That's
So,
that's
Flight,
so,
facts.
Almost
so,
another
flight.
so,
form of
That's
defense.
so,
And
facts.
flight,
then
yeah.
That's
So,
hold on,
flight.
facts.
That's why I says
yeah,
like they
That's facts.
like the Warriors' defense was their offense, yo.
Was
you
the
they come
offense?
on.
So
Oh
And
no,
when
Steph
no,
you
had
got a dude
impact.
coming down
So
like
Steph
that,
did.
I don't know
Steph
about
did
that.
impact their defense. See what I'm
he
Nah, the
saying?
did
Warriors
impact the
defense.
defense
Nah, we can't do that. The
on
Warriors.
offense in a
This nigga
sense.
Crunch
Now
funny
y'all,
as
now
hell.
y'all dragging it.
Nah, but
No,
he's low key
I'm not
right
It's
trying
though.
to
true
drag
though,
it to.
bro.
I'm
It's
not.
Nah,
Listen,
y'all
I'm
true,
trying to
dragging
make
it.
bro.
it
The team
mythical.
I'm gonna
started
tell you
crumbling when
why.
these niggas were
Nah,
hitting
I'm gonna tell you
shots.
why. I'm gonna tell you
Let's
why.
be
It's
real. Hold
because
on.
Hey,
Let's be
y'all
he
real.
dragging it a
How
forces
little
many?
bit
them.
now, man.
Hold on. Let's
Nah,
be
but Malik,
real.
let me say one thing.
How many times have
It's
you seen a team try to compete with that?
exactly.
And
He
that is,
Almost
forces
and
every
them to
we
game.
play.
have to be honest. That's
And
dumb.
He
Why
forces
would
them
you
to
I'm,
play
I
compete
got,
with
another
that?
but I
Why
style.
also
would you
got to
try
be,
to do
but
that?
Facts.
I got to be honest both ways,
Hold
brother.
on,
Y'all
and
dragging
that's
it a
why I
little.
say
I
yeah. I
agree with
think
that, but y'all
Steph.
dragging that one. I ain't gonna lie, y'all dragging
No,
that a
I
little
think
bit.
Steph. Hold
that's
on.
not a drag at all, bro.
I think
I don't
Steph
think
had the
that's a
It's a
highest.
drag
drag,
because just like we say
Low
about
key,
brother.
not
It's
a
a
Iverson.
team
drag.
sport.
Hold on.
Oh,
Just
barking
hold
that
on,
shit.
you
My
guys.
bad. No,
Just
I
like how
think
we
Steph
talk
had the
about
highest. I think Steph had the highest impact on their defense.
yeah, yeah, and
Oh
then
my
look.
God,
I don't know
Crunch, you
about
really
that.
doing this
I
nigga?
don't know about that, but
Nigga try
Mr.
to crash,
Crunch
man. Try to
funny
make me
as
crash
shit,
out. I
man.
see.
Stop it,
no,
bro.
That's a troll.
Yeah, crash.
Yeah,
Nah,
Try to
that's
make
a
me
but
crash
troll.
out.
That's
hey,
all Dre my
crash.
green, bro. We not finna
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
a
Nah,
hey,
but
troll.
listen, I'm gonna say
Crunch,
this though.
All
I know
Dre my
niggas
He
don't like
green,
Steph,
does.
bro.
but I compared Marcus Smart's DPOY season defensive ratings with Steph Curry's 2016. 101 to
Hey, come on
107,
now.
bro.
Come on. Do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
oh
Hey
Don't do
my
that.
god.
man,
I
Wait,
want to
wait,
tell
hey
who,
people this.
who
man,
Who got
wait,
hey
who,
107?
man, hey
I think we spend a
man.
time. I think we spend a
A lot of
a
people
Because
got
lot of
We
we
getting
time
107.
too
Hey
that
That's
mean
nasty
what
man.
now.
I'm
that
saying.
mean
Hey,
that Hey,
and
brother.
they're
Hey,
Hey
not true
man.
if you gonna
They're
start
not
talking
true.
about the stats, if you
Go
gonna
ahead.
start talking about the stats, you
Hey
gotta go
Wait,
man.
goes into
Shaq,
them, brother.
who got
Pause.
107?
Hey man.
Don't worry about the
Marcus
stats
Smart.
part.
Don't do the stats.
No, but
Cause
listen, I'm
I,
gonna
cause
say
I,
Marcus
this
cause
though.
I
Smart.
But
did it.
that's a
I did
great
it as a
point, though,
coach.
Greg.
But
I
Marcus Smart's at
appreciate that,
No,
114
Marcus.
cause
this year
and
though.
Hold on,
Flay,
Marcus
I'm
hold
Smart's
gonna
at
on.
But,
I ain't
114 this
supposed to
year
shit on
though.
Flay, I
Steph
want to
Curry,
add
And
man.
to
they
it though, bro. I want
but
to
you know
add
why
to it
because
because
niggas
like
will say Marcus Smart's mid on
yes,
defense, now he's
please add to
114
it,
now,
Greg.
but they were closer to you know what I'm saying? That don't make
I want
sense.
to add to Flight's
You gonna
point
make me
because,
expose
bro,
Steph Curry, man?
again, bro, Steph Curry, that's what happened in the NBA. Steph Curry forced other teams to play their style of basketball, bro.
Yes, he did.
Teams because why? Also, too, what did he do, bro? It's like it's a fear thing because a team will,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Back in the day, a team will be up 15. They got their bench in. They're chilling on the sidelines, bro. The
Mm-hmm.
starters got their warm-ups on. Bro, it's to the point where you'll be up 15. You don't even feel comfortable because this guy will
Mm-hmm.
hit two threes.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, coach
Mm-hmm.
called timeout. Yeah, get the starters back in the game. It's about to
yeah,
be an
man.
Yep.
avalanche. We already know what time it is because
That's why we
Steph
would
Curry.
see. That's why we see the third quarter anomalies
Yeah.
every
Now, cause
time, bro.
Right.
listen, let
Third
me
quarter
cook.
hits
Let me
cooked.
Yep.
cook. Cause I'm gonna
Keep
say one
cooking.
thing, and I'm gonna say one thing.
Hey,
You guys are
Shamar, you
gonna
burned the hoop,
realize.
brother.
Now, cause listen,
Nah, I
Steph will
got something to
turn.
add to. I'm gonna burn it more. I
Listen,
got you.
Steph will turn the away. Wait, Steph will turn the away crowd into the home crowd real quick, bro. He'll have
Nah,
your
that's
own
true.
fans.
That's
He'll
true.
have your own fans
Nah,
voting
I
for
ain't gonna lie,
him,
that
bro.
is true.
That's true.
Like, what are we
This
talking
is
about?
facts.
Look
Now,
at
I want to
now,
slap.
now,
I want to
bet. Let's
slap
also
Curry.
That is
add
true.
this.
That is true.
Bet.
I ain't
Let's
gonna lie, that
also
is true.
let's also add this because just like credit to LeBron, right? When he's driving and taking all your energy and driving, he's making you tired on defense. I mean, on offense. You're gonna be tired on offense trying to body him because he's bullying you on while he got the ball. So imagine Steph. He's running around the court. You have to guard that. You have to run around that and then come back on offense and try to compete at a high level. And that does wear you down offensively. Regardless
Bro,
of
to the
how you
point,
guys want to see it, that dude has unlimited stamina. You've never
to
seen him
the point.
tired.
Wait, play
That's
to
a
the point,
problem.
to the point where they had to
Problem.
to the point where they had to. Yeah, he's
That does play a part.
but
That's true,
wait,
but also that those same points is we also seen him blow leads and blow games
no,
because they
listen, but
could
before
stop
we
shooting
get to that though,
threes.
but wait, before we get to that, because I need some evidence. But before we get to that, right?
2016 finals.
Okay, no, but they didn't. That wasn't because
They
they
ran
couldn't
out of
stop.
gas. He had no
But
gas. He couldn't make a
but that,
shot.
bro, that's not because
It's
they
not the
couldn't stop shooting
gas, bro.
threes
He
though.
got the
He
shots
couldn't make
up.
a
Come on.
shot.
But listen, I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this to Flight's point. Bro, it's to the point where they had to change the offensive rebounding rules in the NBA because of the fact that when you shoot the three, it creates a lot more long rebounds in a way that we never seen before. And Golden State was actually getting the offensive rebounds and taking so much time off the clock and still punishing the other team for it that they had to speed up the pace of the game by making it 14 seconds when you actually get the offensive rebound. You could look that up. That was because of Golden State. That's because of Steph Curry. Also, this is what I think about Steph Curry. He's able to get more value out of
That's
players
cap.
because
Dog,
This is so much cap.
you glazing right
This
now.
is so much cap. This is so much
I
cap.
mean,
Oh my
We got
You
goodness.
wait,
we got
wait,
glazing
so
right
no,
now,
but we
dog.
gotta
so
give
I
Steph
wish
his
you to so
flowers.
but you glazing.
no,
You
wait.
gotta give him his flowers for what he
What was
accomplished
I
though.
glazing
For
about
what
though?
he
What
did.
was I glazing about?
No, cause I just go ahead, Shaq.
Yeah, they changed it from 24 to 14. Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
what I'm saying.
Can
That's what I'm saying. But listen, he was saying the next point I made was glazing. But
That
listen,
is
can
this
I
kind
shot,
of
this is
can I
why
make
they're
a quick
saying I was
point?
glazing it. It's because they said I said Steph Curry gets more value out of his team, but I'm gonna explain why. Steph Curry could play on the court with players who can't space the ball and who aren't very gifted offensively, but as long as they're willing to set screens and off-ball screens, they give you immense value to the offense, bro. So therefore, I could take a regular role player